BBC News at 6 o'clock on Sunday the 23rd of October. This is Annie McKee. Good morning. The interim authorities in Libya will formally declare the country liberated today following the death of Colonel Gaddafi. The acting Prime Minister, Mahmoud Jibril, has said the country will hold elections within 8 months. He said voters would first elect a national congress to draft a constitution, which would then be voted on in a referendum. Grant Kippen has wide experience working for the UN on elections in developing countries and was chairman of the Electoral Complaints Commission in Afghanistan in 2009. He said Libya had a lot of work to do before polling day.
The process is not an unusual one. A similar process took place in Afghanistan after the Bonn Agreement, and the same thing took place in Iraq. So, this is a process that's been followed in other countries. But the timelines are tight, and I think the big thing that people are going to have to look towards any process that's put in place is that it's an inclusive one. It's well understood, seen as being transparent and credible in its outcome.
The people of Tunisia take part in historic elections today, 9 months after the dictator, President Zine al-Abidine Ben Ali, was toppled from power at the start of the Arab uprisings. More than 7 million are eligible to vote. The Islamist Ennahda party is expected to form the biggest bloc in the National Assembly. Its task will be to write a new constitution. Our World Affairs correspondent Alan Little is in the capital, Tunis.
It is the first genuinely free election in Tunisia since independence from France in 1956, and the first election of the Arab Spring. There are more than 100 competing parties, of which the Islamist party, banned under Ben Ali, is by far the best organised. It is expected to emerge as the largest single group. An internet campaign here has characterised the party as extremist, but Islamist leaders say they're against the imposition of an Islamic State, and that they want an open, tolerant, multi-party Tunisia in which no one party will dominate. For secular parties are also expected to do well, campaigning on economic and social issues, support for private enterprise, jobs and social equality. This democratic moment carries an enormous burden of expectation, not just in Tunisia but across the Arab world. Tunisians led the Arab Spring. They know that the world will be watching this key stage in the transition.
The German Chancellor Angela Merkel has said she believes European leaders will, in the coming days, provide everything that's needed to protect the euro. Speaking on the eve of today's European Union summit in Brussels, which David Cameron will attend, she said there was a much more realistic appraisal now of the depth of the debt crisis in Greece. From Brussels, our Europe correspondent Chris Morris reports.